Next stop on the two-a-day tour brings us to Caddis as we check in with the Harrison Central Huskies, and we're going to talk with Husky head coach Anthony Hayes. And Shannon, Harrison Central was one of those teams last year. They just got bit by the injury bug, and it seemed like it just kept biting them. And obviously, the season really didn't end up the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, we had them week one last year against Claymont, which we will have them week one again this year. And when we seen them against Claymont last year, they looked like a very strong, competitive team. And then, like you said, after that, it just kind of went downhill right there. And it'll be interesting to see what Coach Hayes has to say about all those youngsters that had to fill in those spots who are now going to see full-time action this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the one, if there's one plus looking forward when you're dealing with that, like you said, Shannon, all those kids got a lot of varsity experience, and we'll see what Coach Hayes says if he feels that that's going to benefit them for the 2025 season. We're now joined by head coach Anthony Hayes from Harrison Central. And Coach, touching on last year just a little bit, some say that they get the injury bug. I would say yours was more of an injury pandemic after the way the first couple weeks hit you last year. Just in a nutshell, just talk about last year's season.
Yeah, it was definitely more like a pandemic. It's unfortunate anytime something like that happens. First and foremost, you don't want to see kids lose opportunities in games to play because they're making memories during this time of the year, and it's going to last them a lifetime. So I felt bad for those kids, and ultimately that hindered our team quite a bit. Fortunately for us as coaches, we kind of been through that a little bit. I think it was 2022. We lost 18 guys to injury that year. So as from a coaching standpoint, it's not fun, but we were able to navigate our way through it. Our young kids had an opportunity to step up and play, albeit they weren't probably ready yet, but they got thrusted into action and they got better throughout the season. And we're hoping that carried over to this season.
And those reps, those varsity reps, everybody knows how important those are. And coming into the 2025 season, the facility out here, it's fantastic. And you had mentioned now you have a brand new locker room that these kids get to enjoy. That's got to be a nice way to kind of welcome everybody in for another season of football.
Yeah, I think so. We're very fortunate because our community and our school district invests so much into our young people. And as you mentioned, you look around, our facilities are probably, in my opinion, maybe the best in the state of Ohio, regardless of division. And our kids are excited about it. Today was the first day in a new locker room. We'll get a chance to walk through here when we're done here. I'll show you guys around, but it's cutting edge. Everything we have is cutting edge, state of the art, just like all of our facilities here. So you hope that I know if I was that age, I'm 47 years old. I'm still excited to go in the locker room every time I see it. So we're hoping that'll give the kids a little bit of energy and get excited and something to look forward to and something to build off.
Looking out here, numbers look to be pretty good again this year. We're going to actually have you in weeks 1 and 2 of the season. One, your home opener against Claymont, and then number 2, you're going to be traveling to New Cumberstown. We're excited to have you twice this year. Talk about maybe some new names, some faces we should be looking for when we see you the first week.
Yeah, we're excited. That Claymont game's a great rivalry game. Buddy's done a great job up there getting that kind of breathing some new air into that program. The kids are playing hard for them, and we know the kind of test we have that lies ahead of us. We do have some new kids coming up through, some freshmen and sophomores that we think is going to kind of contribute to us. We have a couple good skill guys. Lance Smith, he started at the end of last year for us. He was a freshman, started at free safety. He'll see some action on both sides of the ball, compete for a starting job. And Colson Crothers as well, he's an incoming freshman. And again, these guys I'm talking about now are 3-sport athletes. So these are the kind of guys that we love because they compete year-round. We have a senior returning offensive lineman, Kason Heidi. Kason's like 6'3", 6'4", 260 pounds. We welcome him back after a 1-year hiatus. We have some other kids too. Hunter Snyder's a sophomore. He started for us last year. But the good thing for us this year is we have 16 seniors. So, that makes a world of difference. And a lot of those guys have either started or played in significant amount of games over the course of 3 years. So we're going to lean heavily on the seniors this year.
16 seniors, that's a great thing to have going into any season because that means you have a lot of leadership in the locker room and on the field. And I know every coach, the bigger that number is, the more comfortable they feel.
Absolutely. It's been a long time since we've had that many seniors. I think the most we've had here in our 8 years has been 10. So to be able to lean on those guys, they understand what the expectations are of the program. Now it's their turn to have to be the leaders. Before they've never had to do it. So now, it started last year in the off season. Those guys, we had a meeting at the end of the year, and those guys were all in, hook, line, and sinker on everything. So they've done a great job of becoming coaches on the field, and that's what we want. We want our players to take ownership of our program, and we're seeing a lot more of that this year.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time and always look forward to talking to you here with Big Z Sports. And we wish you nothing but the best this year, and look forward to seeing you Week 1.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for covering us. You guys do a great job. We're lucky to have people like you around here, giving some recognition to our kids, all the schools in our area. So thank you very much.
All right, that was Coach Anthony Hayes of the Harrison Central Huskies. Well, Shannon, head coach Anthony Hayes seems to be very excited about the upcoming year. Obviously dealt with a lot last year, so the injury bug is one thing they want to stay away from.
Yeah, every year at the awards banquets, coaches typically will give out like a team leadership award. And it sounds like the award this year out here at Harrison Central went to the athletic trainer because they were pretty busy last year. And hopefully all those kids have recovered from injuries, and the kids that have graduated, good luck to them. And the younger kids that were injured, get healthy and get out here to help the 2025 team.
Yep, and that'll do it here from Harrison Central High School. We'll see you on the next stop of the 2025 two-a-days at a school near you.